It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next is Darius Slay.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Tennessee Titans and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles. The bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them, and in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting, they're going to be physical, they're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Tannehill to throw on the first play. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 20 now. Good start offensively, 15 yards on the game's initial play. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry, down to about the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 104 yards, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Flush to his right. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. The numbers for Sanders last week, 15 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
But first down, Hurts. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
It's a second down run with Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Their second drive here at the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick-6. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Tannehill's throw pulled in by Woods. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Eagles had 7 and 4 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing is Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken it around the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's Henry. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Henry running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run wide side with Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tannehill on the sideline, and Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal. Bullock's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. Hurts, and just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That swung out wide to Sanders. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Tannehill. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Haskins now on 1st and 10.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. This is Jeff Swaim, the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Tannehill. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So third and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Bullock's kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Aaron Siposs now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. From the 31, Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts fumbles it. It's picked up by the Titans. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, here's Henry. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
Except the conclusion.
In route, going into a little bit of traffic, maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Bullock's kick is good, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A give running left. It's Sanders. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd and 9. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Open is Swaim, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Running from the gun with Henry. 62 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn. That is sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Barry Long on the all-time list.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So third and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And it's a Titans touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. It's Tannehill. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And taken down just shy of the 40. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Tannehill now to throw. And that's complete. And oh, he coughed it up. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Holding. Defense.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
That penalty is declined.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill over the middle into the hands of Burks. The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Flushed out right. And Sanders has got it complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
I like that run right there, partner. Not to flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. He'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw hauled in by Westbrook-Ikhine here. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Tannehill throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing Tannehill. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. And he will have a Titans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Tannehill's throw into the hands of Hooper. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Tannehill. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now Tannehill. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Treylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Throwing is Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by a field goal. A little over 20 seconds to go. A fourth straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. One last throw here for Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the Titans getting set to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
This will go to Henry out wide. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, it looks like they have about a yard and a half. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. That's pulled in at the 32. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Eagles, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's another week with more questions than answers.